All right, let's talk about something that could totally change the game for you. We're going to dive into this idea of shifting how you think about success. Forget being a hunter, constantly chasing the next thing. We're talking about becoming a magnet where opportunities just come to you. It's all about working smarter, not just grinding harder. So let's break down how you can actually do this.
Okay, let me ask you something and be honest. Does this sound familiar? Are you always on the hunt, chasing that next client, that next job, that next big break? I mean, it is just exhausting, right? That feeling of constantly being the hunter? Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to flip on its head today. So, this really boils down to two completely different ways of thinking. On one hand, you've got the hunter mindset. This thing is fueled by stress, by this feeling of scarcity. That nagging thought that if you don't chase down every single opportunity, someone else is going to grab it. But then there's the magnet mindset. This is totally different. It's about flow, about abundance. It's this deep trust that the right things will find their way to you. And our whole goal here is to show you exactly how to make that switch. So you might be wondering, okay, where do I even start? Well, this whole journey, it begins inside. Seriously. Before you can attract anything from the outside world, you have to build this strong inner foundation. That's what creates your magnetic pull in the first place. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of that internal work. This whole inner game really comes down to three key things. First up, you've got to have a proactive mindset. And I don't just mean being busy for the sake of it. I mean being a constant learner, always taking the first step instead of waiting for someone to tell you what to do. Second, you need super clear goals. I mean, think about it. A magnet needs a direction to pull things toward, right? And third, and this is a big one, you have to do an honest self-assessment. You've got to know what you're really working with. And a killer tool for this is setting SMART goals. You've probably heard of this, but it's so powerful because it forces you to get real. It pushes you past these vague wishes like, oh, I want to be successful, and turns them into an actual concrete plan. It's literally the difference between having a dream and having a project with a deadline. Huge difference.
Okay, now for what might be the hardest part of all this. But listen, it is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. I mean, really look in the mirror. Real growth, the kind that actually sticks, doesn't happen when you pretend your weaknesses aren't there. It comes from looking them straight in the eye and owning them. Because that awareness, that's always, always the first step to making a real change. And to help you with all this inner work, there are some really powerful mental tools you can use, like take positive affirmations. It's not about fooling yourself, not at all. It's about literally rewiring your brain to spot opportunities. Or visualization. That makes your goals feel so real you can almost touch them. And practicing gratitude? That's a game changer. It shifts your entire focus from what you don't have to everything you do. These aren't just feel-good exercises. They're tools that actively change how you see the world. All right, so once you've got that inner foundation feeling solid, it's time to take it public. This is where all that internal work starts to power what you do out in the real world. I mean, let's be real. A strong mindset is pretty useless if you don't actually do anything with it, right? So your external game plan also has three main parts. Number one, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Why? Because that's where all the good stuff happens. That's where opportunity lives. Number two, stay flexible. You've got to be open to new ideas because opportunities rarely look the way you expect them to. And number three, and this one is so important, build your network by giving value first. Don't think about what you can get, think about what you can give. Always lead with generosity. And this really hits on that flexibility point. The biggest opportunities, they often show up in disguise. They look like a tiny project or a weird request or some off-the-wall idea. The trick is to not shut them down right away. Don't judge them. Just let them hang in the air for a bit. Give them some room to breathe. You'll be amazed at what they can turn into. I love this idea. We are teaching teachers to teach teachers. This just perfectly captures that whole give value first principle. Think about it. When you share what you know, when you're generous with your expertise, you're not just helping one person. No way. You're starting a chain reaction, a ripple effect. That's how you become a hub, a go-to source that people are naturally drawn to. Your own success just multiplies when you're focused on helping other people win. Okay, so we've got the internal work and we've got the external actions. But what's the engine? What powers this whole thing? It actually boils down to two core forces. These are the keys that really turn the key in the ignition of this whole attraction engine.
The first key is so simple, but so many people miss it. Consistency is king. Look, anyone can be excited for a week. Anyone can start strong. The real magnets, the people who really pull in opportunities, are the ones who just show up day in, day out, especially on the days they don't want to. That relentless consistency, that's what builds trust. That's what makes you the person everyone thinks of first. And the second key, well, this might just be the most powerful one of all. It's authenticity. It's just being you, your quirks, your personality, the weird way you see the world. That's not a bug, it's a feature. That's your superpower. We live in this world that's just flooded with perfectly polished fake stuff. People are starving for something real. So please, stop trying to be some perfect version of somebody else. Your genuine, authentic self is your number one asset, period. Okay, let's bring this all home. We've covered the inner mindset, the outer actions, and those two big driving forces. So now let's look at how all these pieces click together to create this amazing system that really does transform you into a magnet. So here it is, the whole roadmap, all laid out, and what's really cool is when you see how these principles all work together. They're not separate things. Your authenticity gets amplified by your consistency. Your generosity becomes way more effective when it's guided by your SMART goals. See? It's not about being perfect at just one of these, it's about building a system where they all support each other. Listen, if you only remember one single thing from our chat today, please let it be this. It's not about your product, it's not your service, it's not your company. You are the attraction. Your energy, your passion, your realness, that is what pulls everything and everyone toward you. That's the magnet. So, if we were to boil this entire philosophy down to its essence, what would it be? It's a simple three-part formula. Be you, that's your authenticity. Be regular, that's your consistency. And be valuable, that's your generosity. That's it. That's the mantra. Be you, be regular, be valuable. And that brings us right back to you. After everything we've talked about, I have one last question for you. What is the one small thing you're going to do today, not tomorrow, not next week, but today, to start making that shift from hunter to magnet? Forget about the huge 5-year plan for just a second. This whole transformation, it all starts with one small step. What's yours going to be?